the United States uses the narrative around people that they are waging military occupation on or invading or aggressing, tries to do what they can to promote the US actions as moral and legitimate, and any resistance to US war and occupation as terrorism, immoral, barbaric. The point is to dehumanize people in order to mask the fact that, in fact, what the resistance is actually doing is expressing something that actually people in the US would find in common. They want their own self-determination, sovereignty. They want to be able to send their kids to school without fearing whether or not they're going to come back home in one piece or not. Nobody wants to live under conditions of war and occupation. And that's something that everyday people in the United States will have in common with the people across the world. So the United States creates a mask, a moral mask, by creating a narrative, a dehumanizing narrative, one that masks the real causes also of the conflict. I've been returning a lot to the Iraq War. Everyone knew that there was no weapons of mass destruction, but I remember in school that everyone and their mother was talking about weapons of mass destruction, and young children were saying that the US was getting invaded. The kind of hysteria that the media whipped up made it so that people felt okay about the massive bombing of Baghdad and other places in Iraq. We could see it with Syria, both in 10 years ago and just a few months ago, the way the United States talked about what was going on in Syria. The New York Times sat down with Jalani after he's supposedly this like worldwide wanted terrorist, but suddenly the New York Times has a sit down with him, and they talk about, for the first 3 paragraphs, talk about how handsome he is. There's a way in which they will mask the root causes of suffering, conflict, and occupation in any situation in order to make it seem that their intervention is benevolent.